Alright, so pretty much I want to start doing CBDs of all my active positions, not only positions, but pretty much my overall analysis of a pair for all the trades that I'm going to be taking going forward. So here we have GU, which I'm currently in a short for this lower high on the H4, which is also a lower high on a daily breakdown retest of this structure level here for this continuation to the downside. So I'm actually expecting this pair to kind of like give us some movement off this level towards the downside for a potential sell. Now, pretty much how I got in this is how I kind of like got my bias was again just looking at where this market is going. So if I was to come here and let me just put up like this one. Oh man, here we go. Take off this one. Delete. How did I get my overall bias for this pair? Was I start from the monthly. Monthly, I see that this pair's got this overall just bearish candles. This is obviously in a seller's market. We actually had a close below this monthly resistance level here, which gave us indication that, well, this was the first indication that this was technically a bearish market and a change in trend. Your SMA EMAs are lagging, so you didn't get your cross yet. But overall, this pair is bearish on a higher time frame, which is the monthly. And we also, find ourselves, you got another resistance level there. Oh man, come on. There we go. I see. And another one here, which is kind of like sitting on a monthly time frame, which kind of mean. All right, so let's go back to the monthly real quick. Let's zoom in on that real quick. So if I was to take this and copy and paste, I can see another level comes in right there. Drop down to a lower time frame. We got a break below, close below. Now like a retrace. It kind of gave you a retrace in the week. It kind of like tested this level right here that we drew from the monthly time frame. And we used to kind of like fix this up. Getting that line straight is ahead. So that level pretty much comes in like right about right there. Give or take. It was like right about there. Never actually got a retest up to those up to that level yet. But remember, it's just a zone. Kind of like just gotta like zone it. And we also had a break below, but it's just sliding. It's like a landslide. I call it a landslide. Week after week, just falling. Go back up to a daily. We got this kind of like trend line situation going on here. The prices bounce, it bounced, it bounced, it bounced. This is bouncing off of these highs. Let me just copy and paste this because here I respected it. There, I respected it. And there, it's kind of like your area as to where you will look to kind of like short it, but on lower time frames, you get something like this. So you have another trend line that you kind of grab from that high and put it on these highs. You kind of see that one comes from a closer period in time towards this level right here. What I did was I grabbed the fib from my daily, pretty much a daily lower high. These are all lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, perceived lower high, followed by lower low, which would be like this your selling opportunity. And I went from pretty much the previous, which yeah, it was pretty much where I kind of like drew it from. Oh shit. One second. Oh my god. MetaTrader 4. Alright, boom. Take it to the low. Pretty much do my fibs from my line chart. I go by like that's like the closing price. Kind of ignore the wicks. I don't know the structure, but as you can see, it kind of like respected this 382. I used to actually grab this from the next lower high point to here. You can see where that 382 is respected. And what I do is, once I have one fib, I go and I grab another one and look for pretty much confluence, ratio confluence. So let me just change that color. I'm gonna go from another, pretty much another lower high point, which I got kind of. This is not. I won't really say this is it. It's not a valid, pretty much retracement. It will actually go probably a little bit, closer or possibly higher, depending on your time frame. But yeah, that might be the only fit in this bed. So I'm actually delete that. And keep it going. I see this trend line situation. Drop down to the 1 hour. We have another one. From where we sold. So this is actually our area that I sold. You can actually grow another fib. And so I perceive lower high, lower low, followed by another lower high, perceive lower low. Pretty much I'm looking for an area to kind of like to put a horizontal line right here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This is also previous structure that it respected on lower time frames, which is the H1. I kind of see this area that is kind of like rejecting. And I was to grab like a whole pretty much area, it'd be just like right there. But I just wanted to show you like the structure. You can clearly see a bounce, break, bounce, 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 break, retest, retest, and pretty much in a continuous way down. But what I was saying is I kind of got another trend line from this high to this high. And you can kind of see how price is playing at that area. Now we're getting a test. But we did have a breakdown on this pair, which established this as my potential lower high point. That price is pretty much based on a breakdown, this can possibly be a little high on a higher time frame based on the M30, M30 break, M5 retrace, uh, stuff like that. So price was going up, it rallied up, retrace, rallied up, retrace back to this pretty much higher low. Uh, Retest, no higher lows were being made, higher highs were being made. You kind of got this movement right here was it went up and it went back down. Then went up again for like a third, maybe for a push on smaller time frames. You'll really see it just kind of like pushing, but it's not really going anywhere. And then we get this M30 engulfing. The thing about this M30 engulfing is it engulfed below pretty much what I perceive as structure uh, structure resistance on an M30 where it kind of engulfed below that structure. And then we got AM15, kind of see this was your break and close. It kind of stayed below this area. It wasn't a retest. It was a clear break of structure. Now we're at it again. At it again. Remember, this is just a zone. We're just, talking about just zones here. This is another zone right here that is kind of like playing around in now. But that's why I kind of got my indication that boom. This was actually the end of last week where we kind of got that push up, and then we gapped down pretty much at 5 p.m. earlier today. It gapped down, and then we got to rally back up into structure, into this like zone, this little wick area right here. But pretty much what I'm looking for price to do is actually respecting this trend line as well. Pretty much what I'm looking for price to do is kind of like fall out of the zone. If we get a break above this high, I'm out of this trade. So I'll just show my trade levels really quick. Got in with pretty small loss. That's based on my risk management. With my account size. My stop loss is here, like 30 pips above that high. But if we used to pretty much get a fall, I want to start securing profit. So my first target, based on all these confluences. So again, this is my perceived lower high on pretty much a higher time frame, which would be the H4. To pretty much continue its move down in the daily for this downtrend. Even you can see it on a daily with this engulfing. It's kind of like a retracement of a daily engulfing. This is my perceived lower high on pretty much a 4-hour and also the daily. That this is where we'll get our lower high. The trend line situation, 382 fit retracement off this level. I kind of focused on this level in particular because pretty much that's a very important level. To me, that was a very important level. The reason I don't know where the fuck I just got that fit from, so give me 1 second really quick. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Remember, this is just